Hey guys, how's it going? Day 3 of the Dream Stream installation, and this is going to be a big day because this is, I believe, the final day. They're going to finish the waterfall area and all the stonework and berm work around it. We've got to landscape. We got pond plants last night, so we're going to be working with Oregon Aquatics on getting all of those installed. And also I've got a lot of learning to do, so I've got a lot of questions for them. We're determining where walkways are exactly, where the sitting area is going to be. There's just a tremendous amount to do. Everybody's already here and they just get here and fly right into the project. But first I have to show you what everybody showed up in this morning.
That's right.
Look at this. We've got t-shirts and everything to commemorate the project.
Your likeness. Certified aquascape contractors, and the mantra of the certified aquascape contractor program: not all ponds are created equal, and ponds done right, customers served right. That's our mantra, because so many times these guys, over half of our work is repairing a poorly built pond. And it's not inexpensive to build it right, but it's always less expensive to do it right the first time.
So true. All right guys, so let's just take a quick look here. The existing pond running beautifully, looking really clean. I just love it. All that wind brought in a tremendous amount of leaves, but I am surprised. I mean, like, the thing isn't even running from up this way, but all the leaves, most of them ended up in the skimmer box. There's a little bit that hung up on rocks and such, but not bad. Look through here, just all the different ways the water travels. It's gorgeous. And you can see I kind of tossed a few plants around last night. I was trying to figure out what we were going to do, but then I stopped because there was just so much more that needs to be done with the soil and stuff in this area. But look at this. Like, this is deep right here. I mean, not deep enough to keep Samantha out yesterday. She's already been in the pond and loving her life. But as we go this way, you can see where the pathway is going to come around the blue spruce, and it comes over this way, and then you can see the paint marks. So I think that this boulder is going to move right here. It'll scoot this way a little bit, so it'll kind of shoot you out right here. So this boulder is going to come into the walkway a bit, but we're going to scoot it just a little bit more so we can get garden carts in there. And so it feels wide still, but it feels more natural when it's not like a, formal entryway into the area. Because in nature, when you're walking around on trails and such, they kind of jog around rocks and you're working your way around things. And I love that feel. Okay, so another day of a lot of work, a lot of fun. I'm going to try to capture all that I can, and I'll stop along the way to give you some updates.
Hey, my name's Dan from Mark the Pond Guys. We're in just south of Seattle in Washington. I was Artist of the Year 2018, and it's just super cool to be a part of this awesome team of everybody the best in the world, really. Just a group of guys that are just all top notch, and it's coming together cool.
Hey, it's Lauren Gilstrap with River Rock Water Gardens. We work in Northwest Arkansas and Northeast Oklahoma, and we were the Central Plains Regional Artist of the Year for 2024.
Hi, my name is Ralph Biezad with Pondscapes out of Santan Valley, Arizona. I am the 2022 Artist of the Year.
All right, we are going to put the fish back in the pond. Are you excited for this? Nice. I'm excited too. How are they doing in there?
I can't even see them beneath the big lily, but they're doing fine.
Oh, yep, there they are.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is a beast.
Okay.
Got one.
There we go. Beautiful. All right, we're going to put them up here. Yep.
Whoop.
All right, Benjamin, let's put them in. What number?
1.
Number 1. There he goes.
Woohoo!
Down
The first fish going down. Number 3.
Yep.
Beautiful. Look at that chin rim, which is the shiny scales.
Oh, great job.
He'll find it.
Yep, he'll find his way out. Great job, dude.
That's the 3rd.
Nope, that was the 4th.
Oh, 4th, yeah.
Beautiful fish, huh?
That's
Whoop. They're pretty strong.
Okay, we got 3 going in at once, guys. So Jim, Oregon Aquatics, all the way from Eugene, right?
Right.
Welcome to Garden Answer.
Welcome. This is so exciting.
They've got some, this is like Christmas for a gardener.
Yes.
Wait till you see the selection. How many different varieties of plants do we get?
A half dozen plus the different water lilies, so probably a dozen.
All right, let's open up and Christmas morning.
Can't wait. Close both doors.
I see some beautiful thalia. Let's see how beautiful.
This whole van is loaded with plants. Oh,
Here we've got a good stream bed and ground cover plant, creeping Jenny,
that's beautiful. Those always look so fresh.
and that's normally evergreen. If it's a really hard winter, then it might frost.
Sure.
It might freeze.
What do we have here?
Lizard's tail.
Lizard's tail. That is interesting. More creeping Jenny. Very nice. Boy, you could really pack a lot in here.
Oh, we did.
My goodness. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
How long for Oregon Aquatics now in business out of Eugene?
1990 at that location.
Okay, so 34 years.
Yeah, and another 10 years before that.
Okay, so 44-year-old company.
Wow.
I've been doing it a while. Some iris, and then pickerel.
Pickerel plant.
Pickerel, yep, that's so pretty. So this is pickerel right here with the
Now,
color
the
here.
iris that we brought is Iris sudata. Pseudochorus, the yellow flag, is the best known iris, but it's very seedy and it's invasive in a lot of states now and banned. And Iris insata is a Japanese iris, which is very nice, but it doesn't like hot climates. This is a hybrid
Okay.
that is the best of both worlds. It doesn't seed.
Uh-huh.
It gets a lot of different colors to it. It's a better bloomer, and it handles all climates.
Oh, fantastic.
So that's why we picked that one.
Oh, I'm so glad we will have this all on camera. That way I can refer back for notes.
What do we got in that one?
More creeping Jenny.
Okay, we did a lot of that because
Yes.
you have a lot of stream beds.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
This is marsh marigold, but it's a special variety. Giant marsh
I
marigold.
thought marsh marigolds mostly bloomed in the spring.
Mostly do. The giant marsh marigold is a rebloomer.
Oh.
There's some blooming in the fall, but it handles warm weather better.
Gotcha.
So
And you know what this one is, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Come on, what is this one,
I
Laura?
don't know about pond plants. This is like pitch or something.
Yeah.
Yes,
pitcher
good. It's a
plant.
Is
pitcher
it?
plant.
Okay.
Sarah,
So we're gonna put a little carnivorous zone in here.
Oh, fun.
So Benjamin can go and find insects and
Oh.
feed them to him.
He will love that. Look at all of these. You know what I love about it? They all look like things I would see in our stream beds around here, up in our mountains, around our ponds and lakes and things like that.
this is another Iris sudata. We got you two different cultivars, so you'd have two different colors.
Oh, nice.
What are the colors? White and yellow?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think one is a yellow with a brown eye.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then the chalky is a peachy rose. And they're
Oh,
we picked shorter ones for you. Sudatas usually get 5 feet and taller. That one's a little shorter, and this is shorter yet.
wow.
So these are going to be water lilies.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful. The bloom coming up. So
Oh yeah, that's probably Michaela Ubel.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that soft yellow. Beautiful. Oh, look at the blooms. So there you go.
Yeah, you got a few blooms.
Yeah. Oh, more lilies.
Okay, now that's a Myra.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got a pretty leaf to it,
Yes, that's beautiful.
but the Myra gets large and the flower gets large. Let's see if we got something going on in there. That one's already done, so it's not looking like much,
that
It
blush
changes.
pink.
but
pink to white.
it's got a lot of pink in it
Oh, I love that.
when it starts out.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I like the leaf on this.
And that's a bunch of marsh marigold.
Oh,
the giant
so
marsh
pretty. The yellow flower.
So I think we got plenty of a selection.
Yeah, I should say so. Okay, so we're just starting to load up stuff and we're gonna lay plants out kind of where we think they need to go in the pond. It's just gonna be so fun. I am so excited. This right here is Verena, and she runs the Eugene division of Oregon Aquatics, while Jim runs the Southwest Aquatics division in California. So it's just so fun to have experts here working on this. I've already, just in the time that it took us to get plants out and on the ground, I've already learned about growth habits, where they might be best positioned, some botanical names that I'm gonna have to watch back and to remember.
He said he knows the botanical names better than the common names.
Yep. That's kind of how you get when you work in the industry. But there's some beautiful stuff here and I cannot wait to see them in the pond. Gorgeous load.
Isn't that cool?
You want to turn it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look at that, Samantha. Oh my goodness, she doesn't know what to do with herself. That is so cool.
It'll be cool with all the other ones.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
That's neat.
I'm Brian with Team Aquascape. This has been an unbelievable adventure. I can't wait to do it again for you.
Oh.
Hey, I'm Jaak Harju from Atlantis Water Gardens. I was Artist of the Year in 2014. We are located in Denville, New Jersey.
So Chris Felder, Naturalscapes out of Columbia, South Carolina, Artist of the Year, Regional in the Southeast, 2023 and 2024.
What's up, everyone? My name is Franco Propato. My company is Frank Propato Landscaping, and I am located out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
There's Verena. She's just working on the placement, contemplating all the different varieties, and you can see that things are just kind of set around, and we will get them all nestled in and planted as soon as everything has been laid out. But there's some beautiful forget-me-nots. There's the creeping Jenny, which they use a lot in stream beds like this. There's the hardycana over there. So beautiful. Oh, some hardycana right in here too.
The white iris, you know, in the last video, you loved that white iris,
yes.
that Anitus.
Uh-huh.
You loved it, and so that would go perfectly with the dahlia, pontederia, marsh marigold, and that. Then you would have white,
perfect,
blue, and the dahlia is powdery, and yellow.
You know exactly what I love. Thank you. How's it coming along?
Here, we'll show you.
Okay. Oh, so, they're already in there.
Yes. So
what?
we made a planting area. We just added some stone, and now we got your thalia right there.
Gorgeous.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Already is beautiful.
We're just pulling away the gravel and then adding new gravel on top of the beds.
Okay, gotcha. Decking it out with the fluff. Love it. What are you doing here, Aaron? Oh.
We were talking about how we would be able to get drip to this area.
There you
go. And then Paul remembered that we ran conduit.
Nice.
I love the foresight of putting in a conduit.
Yes.
Because you never know.
So this right here. Oh, so it was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You just unearthed it. Gotcha. So we'll bring drip from here underneath to this little island here. Okay, and I've just been given the green light to go ahead and start doing some more plant placing around the front area here. Okay, we are mulling over plant choices. I completely forgot to bring the camera out. Paul's hooking us up right now. Forgot to put it out when we started to place things. So I thought I would just give you a little bit of an update. We're just laying things out a little bit. I've got a deodar cedar sitting back in there. We've got a really pretty Jacobson pine, some Russian sage. I'm using a lot of repeats of what we already have on this other side so that we have a very cohesive feel in this area. But we've got a gorgeous grass right here. I think it's a miscanthus. Let me look. Look at the seed head and the color. The fall color is amazing. Purple maiden grass. Yep, miscanthus purpurescens. These get like 5 feet tall, but stay about 2 feet wide. So a little drift of those here. A rail raindrops crabapple, a multi-trunk, which we have another one over right there. Where are you going with those? Somewhere awesome.
Yes. These grasses would look beautiful up nested on the other side of those rocks.
Yes.
Let me just put them there and you tell me what you think.
Perfect.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like it. That's pretty. We could tuck something that gets a little bit bigger right in there, like maybe an evergreen of some kind. We could do Nepeta. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. We could do penstemon. I've got a few more of these in the penstemon's a pretty wildy kind of flower.
Yeah. Would you like to do like a drift of them in front of the crabapple?
It'd be pretty.
It would be really pretty.
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
I feel like we should maybe do something else that's more like a grass, and then the penstemon right here.
And then right in here.
You know what grass, Mom?
What?
That Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
Yep.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then just a drift of these.
Yep, and I think there's 2 more in there.
Wouldn't it be pretty just to have them like either go back or come up front?
Yeah.
Because they don't get that tall.
Right.
They look really pretty and the bloom is pretty. I don't know about that Russian sage right
I don't know either. I think we should take it out.
I think we should too.
We could put it right behind the penstemon in front of the grasses.
That would be pretty right there. That looks good and that looks like enough.
Yeah, there's all of these ground covers that we can use. So there's white. This one's Star Bright. These are new coming out next year. Star Bright.
And the purple.
Twilight. And midnight or darker purple.
The purple would look good. Well, because this
The penstemon is
salmony.
pink. Yeah.
And then there's purple over there.
Yeah.
So white would be really pretty, wouldn't it?
Yeah, white would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
See where that rusting stage is? Wouldn't that be pretty?
Where the yeah.
This?
Because this is too similar to this. I think some big like hen and chicks right in here would be really pretty.
I'll take these over here to see what you think.
Okay. Oh yeah, Mom, that's pretty. That's pretty. I like it. I think I'm gonna grab the aronia to put right back here along this. What do you think?
That'd be pretty.
Okay.
Hey, my name's Ben with Tussie Landscaping. We're out of central Pennsylvania. We won the Artist of the Year in 2017.
Hey guys, I'm Kevin Fuentes.
I'm Rob Fuentes. We're Tranquility Scapes. We're based out of Long Island, New York, and we are 2024's Northeast Regional Artist of the Year winners.
Hey, what's up? I'm Bill with Seeds of Nature Water Gardens out of Southern Oregon, and I am 2023 and 2024 Regional Artist of the Year of the West.
Hi, I'm Byron with Streamworks Designs out of Vancouver, Canada. We are the 2023 and 2024 Regional Artist of the Year. We're so excited to be here working on Laura's water feature.
So my name is Drake Feldner from South Carolina. I work for Natural Scapes. We are a second time nominee for the Regional Artist of the Year out of the Southeast region. Super ecstatic to be here. Awesome people, as always, so super stoked.
Okay, it is time for our surprise feature reveal. Everybody's gathering together.
So John Adams from Modern Design Aquascaping said, I have an idea for the kids. I want to create a little play area for them because even though we're the same age, he has 8 grandkids. I don't have one yet. So he knows how to make his grandkids happy. So this is your fountainscape. Go ahead, plug it in.
Where's the
Give him the juice.
Hold on.
There, you want to help plug it in?
Where's the juice?
There you go. Here he is.
I know, let's go.
There you go.
There's one.
Oh, do the water?
Let's do this one.
Yeah.
Woo. Oh.
That's for you guys.
Oh my goodness. You can get right in there. You can walk around in here. What a cool surprise, you guys. Look at this. So the upper bowl pouring into this one, beautiful waterfall, and then these 3 columns, the faux stone columns right here, which are actually manufactured in Chicago, where Aquascape is based, but having these little hoses that are flexible, the kids can move them around and spray each other and all kinds of stuff. So much fun! And then we're gonna landscape this whole area right up top. My dad is currently picking out a Japanese maple to bring down so we can get it planted. He asked me a whole bunch of questions like, do I want cut leaf or do I want more broadleaf? Do I want it upright? Do I want it weeping? So I just said maybe something red, and you can just pick out whatever you think looks best. Okay, we are going to be taking a break for lunch now, and then we're gonna get back after it. But boy, we've got a lot done. I think they're getting close on the waterfall. We've got a lot of plants in the ground. They just finished up back here. It's awesome, you guys. And much better weather today. So far, no wind. Oh, real quick before we break for lunch, Dad just arrived with the Japanese maple. I see it popping up from the back of the truck there. That's a beaut. So right in here.
Who's that kid over there?
Oh, perfect. We'll position it and get it all planted in here. Come check this out. So they made this feature for the kids. They can move it like this.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll look real pretty right up at the top, I think.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I think this will get morning sun and then protection in the afternoon. It should just thrive right there.
Yep.
Okay, there's Mom and Billy planting one of the aronia right there. It's gonna look really beautiful, and wanted to swing over and take a look at the Japanese maple again right here. Oh, it's gonna be so beautiful. I think that's what we're gonna take after next. This one's called a low scape hedger. Grows about 3 to 4 feet tall and wide.
gonna be perfect right here.
Yeah.
And the color, the fall color.
Brilliant.
Look at that.
Red, yeah.
Yeah, it's
But the
beautiful.
flowers, they bloom so profusely in the spring you almost can't see the rest of the plant.
So pretty.
Yeah, little white flowers. That looks awesome.
Then we're doing that.
What's your opinion?
I think it's perfect.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
definitely.
Yeah, I like it. That's great. Thank you. Yeah, that looks pretty from this side too.
All right, I'm John G. Adams with Modern Design Aquascaping. We're from East Tennessee, and I was the 2013 Aquascape Artist of the Year.
Tim Wood from Aquatic Edge. We were Artist of the Year in 2020, and we're from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area.
What's up, everybody? Bill here with Brothers Water Gardens, and we're out of Texas City, Texas.
Hey, I'm Diego Asturias from Fontana Ponds and Water Features in Vancouver, British Columbia. And my business partner back at home, Dan Peterson. We are the 2021 Artist of the Year. Super grateful that we are here. Thank you, Laura, for having us. It's been an awesome time.
Hey, I'm Chris Schriner, Green Source Landscapes here in Idaho in the Boise and Napa Caldwell area. I'm the CAC for Aquascape. I'm the go-to person for Laura, Garden Answer, and we take care of her if there's any problems that come up.
Yes, you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we are about to get a lesson on repotting some of these types of pond plants with Jim and Verena.
The number one problem when I visit ponds is that the ponds are the lilies are doing exactly what you see right here, which is they're root bound in the containers. So this is the tubers actually jumping over. Now, there's two different lilies here. We have a tropical and a hardy. The hardy has a rhizome that will actually run long, so we're going to plant it on the edge. The tropical goes down, so we plant it right in the middle, right, Jim?
Right.
And so we have our brand new fabric pots that are just coming out this winter for next year, for next season. This will allow the nutrients to go into, and it will allow the hair roots to actually penetrate. So it'll be a healthier, stronger plant that we're going to put these in than the plastic pots that they come in. We have 180-day fertilizer here, but we have two modulars, a way of dispensing it. So for a plant that we're completely replanting like this, we're going to just actually grab a couple handfuls. I'll let Jim do that to put it in. And then when it's in the pond, we have these brand new fertilizer capsules that you can actually just put right in, and then it dissolves, but it's easy to put in when the water or when the lilies are in the water. Okay, so Jim, why don't we go ahead and for the first one, why don't we do on the edge, why don't we do the hardy lily?
Okay.
Which is a peach glow.
So pretty.
Yeah.
It will be pretty.
This was beautiful months ago, but it was allowed to stay in its original container, so it looks out of fertilizer and running out of the pot, looking for somewhere that it would rather be. And normally what I would do is I would put the pot in first and the soil around it, because you want to get this down under the soil surface. We just need to encourage it a little bit. Toss that now. And this has got several eyes, so it is really going to explode in this larger pot.
So you can get 3 plants out of that.
Oh yeah, you could get 3 plants out of this, but we're going to get one really big one instead. Because I can't get this all the way down to the bottom very easily, we're just going to break it up a little bit, which actually it's good for the roots anyway to do that.
Ready for me to put some fertilizer down?
Yeah, put it right down there.
So we need 2 handfuls. And what we don't want to do is get it too close to the edge, but there it is.
Get some soil over the top, move it around.
So the tuber or the rhizome stays on the edge so it can run across.
Yes.
And the tropicals go right in the middle.
Put it right in the middle. These will grow a lot like a bearded iris across the surface of the soil, and they'll run right out of the pot. Doesn't hurt if they run out of the pot, as long as they've got a lot of pot and a lot of fertilizer to work with. They're going to continue to grow and flourish, but they've got to have that nice large base.
And look at the difference in sizes between the hard plastic that it comes from the grower in and the 16th inch fabric pot from Aquascape.
This, by the way, is the sturdiest fabric pot I've ever seen. So it'll last a long time.
Built by pond builders. So now let's replant this one. Let me just empty some of the soil.
Let me get a little more fertilizer. I'm going to put it in this bed.
Do you put anything on top of the medium, or do you just...
You know, that's a good point. What we normally recommend when you've got large koi is that you put rocks on top of the soil that are large enough that the koi cannot easily put it in their mouth or nudge it out of the pot.
Okay.
So bigger than they're going to want to move.
Sure.
Otherwise, they are going to delight in digging this out.
Sure, okay.
Okay. Now, Oregon Aquatics carries the Aquascape plant soil. What do you like about it? What are you looking for in a soil?
Yeah, we want it to have some clay in it and some sandy loam. When it's moist, it should be able to clump like this a little bit and hold together. It can have some organic material in it, but not too much, because underwater, organic material is going to decompose anaerobically without the presence of oxygen, because there's very little oxygen underwater. And when that happens, there are toxic byproducts that are produced in that. And so you don't want to use a standard commercial potting mix, the terrestrial type, because it's all very lightweight. First of all, it'll all float out of the pot. Second of all, it's too high in organics and it will damage the plant.
Good. So that one's ready for gravel. Let's do the tropical lily now, the foxfire. Now this goes right in the middle.
Yep.
Again, I'm going to put 2 handfuls of the time release. Now, the time release fertilizer in Oregon here, you only have to do 180-day fertilizer, and it only goes when the water's over 60 degrees, is it?
Yeah. The way that they determine the 180 days is at 77 degrees average temperature. So it's going to release faster than that in warmer water. Most people don't have warmer water, and over the winter it's basically not going to release at all.
So for the cold area, this 180-day fertilizer will work for all year.
It'll be perfect. It will start releasing when the water warms up, basically when the plant needs it. Okay.
Right in the middle.
Yep, and it doesn't hurt to pull some of that out so that you get it a little bit deeper. That way you've got room for rock on top so the koi don't get in there. Let's see what that looks like.
Is it okay to bury it, to rise on that much?
It doesn't really matter for a tropical. It's going to tuber up and leave that under the soil anyway.
Okay.
The tuber's underneath it. The koi are really going to want to dig this up. Fortunately, you've got a large area and you've got a lot of other things to interest the koi.
People have problems with the lilies getting attacked. It's because their only gravel part of the whole pond is the lily. So they root pond.
And if you've got a bunch of koi and you put in 1 or 2 water lilies,
yeah,
of course that's just going to be a focus for them.
Yes.
So the more you can do at one time, the better. And even if you can, put in some water hyacinths or some other floating pond plant to draw their attention.
They like those too?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, Jim, the nice thing about these is the 4 handles.
4 handles.
Yeah. So 2 people could easily do it. Now we'll go plant these. Now, this one, which is the Star of Siam, same as that. It's a Star of Siam.
Compared to that one.
Yeah. Look at the difference, because it was in a pot this big versus the pot that it came from the grower in. And as you said, this was your experiment, right?
Yeah, yep.
And you just proved our theory that you have to have the right size
Yep.
pot and proper fertilization, because this plant now, look at the size of those leaves, the difference. Size container, right size, right amount of fertilizer, right amount of soil, and you're gonna get that kind of growth from this plant for next year.
Nice. They are so gorgeous. I was surprised at the difference.
Yes.
I didn't realize they grew that fast.
It's the biggest problem that I see out there is under, root bound plants.
right, guys, we are getting close to the finish line. It has been an incredible whirlwind of activity with the pond plants and the landscaping. Of course, we didn't finish the landscaping by any means. In fact, our centerpiece plant will not arrive until Monday, which is the plant that will go behind the waterfall. So that will be another fun step in this project. But we're working on getting all the mulch done. The guys are just doing a phenomenal job. It's just crazy. I just want to give you a little look at what it looks like before we turn the waterfall on. Look at this, like even using a broom to make the mulch look super tidy. It's absolutely stunning. Of course, this hose will not be here. We're just using that to water, so we'll take that away before the end. And we've got tools and such still laying around. But just look at this area. Okay, so like the existing area, the new area, it looks like it belongs. It's just insane. So here's our opening right here. And we'll do a flagstone walkway like we did on the other side. We'll walk back through this all in the end as well. So here's just a quick walkthrough. Got some beautiful stuff in here. And we've been working on some plants up here. We're gonna bring some mulch up. And they've also been working on complementary berms out towards the back. So, you know, there's the big berm here, and then it kind of goes down into a valley, and then there's a complementary berm, and then the berm behind the special project. I want to keep calling it a splash pad, which it is essentially. It's a fun place for the kids to splash around, but it's more than that to me. It's an incredible water feature in and of itself. So here's a look. You can see that back berm coming down, and then it comes back up, so we can plant some more trees, more privacy in here. We've moved a potted geranium from the greenhouse just to bring a little color right there, and we can just do something fun in that space every year. Oh my gosh, these guys on the excavators, it's just nuts watching them work. We got a tree planted up top, and then, you know, once we are kind of buttoned up with this and get our walkways in, we might be able to create a little, wouldn't it be beautiful to have a seating area right in here, like a bigger one? Instead of having all of our chairs on the basketball court, we could have a place for that right out here near the water feature. Oh my gosh, coming back through here, I feel transported. It's insane in the best way. And the water with all the dust and debris flying around is surprisingly clear. Usually at this point, right after you clean rocks and fill, it's pretty murky, but it's looking pretty good. All right, guys, so a few of us, Aaron and myself, Aaron's parents, Mom, Samantha, my brother Joe, and his wife Heather, we're all waiting back here for a grand reveal on the waterfall. They're all out there right now, testing everything out, turning it all on, making sure everything is going well, and then they want to bring us out there to see the final results. So I'm so excited. I want to peek so bad.
Okay, Benjamin, you want to lead the way? All right, we ready?
We're ready.
All right, let's go for the big reveal.
Oh my gosh. 3 waterfalls in one.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, Samantha, look. Oh, it's gorgeous, you guys.
I like it, huh?
Look at this one. Oh my goodness, you guys, look.
You hear the deeper sound because it's thicker water. We choked it down.
Oh my word. That's so pretty.
Guys, just continue.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
It's pretty close to the drawing.
I think it's bigger.
You think so?
Yeah.
But if you look at, like, I laid out the tree, the waterfall was supposed to, it's definitely taller over there than we thought. That waterfall is 3 times bigger than we thought it was going to be. But I love the elevated pool from the grade over here. It just kind of has like this mountain spring look. Bridge turned out fantastic. Chris picked out the perfect stone for a bridge, whether he knew he was supposed to or not. Like
he did it.
And look at the kids using the stepping stones. Like,
yep. I love that.
And you can see how much flow now goes into the lower pond.
Yeah, you really can. If you can find a leaf. Oh, right here. You can see how quick that water is actually moving.
Which those fish will love that. It'll be like a treadmill for them. They're going to want to swim up that current all the time.
So they can either go under the log or over it, right?
Well, they'll probably go under.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a lot more space under there than I thought. That is just... I can't even believe it. Oh my gosh. And I thought this was like, you know, the most epic thing ever. And now look at it.
It's moving.
Yeah, it is moving really fast. See, okay. See this leaf right here? We follow it. Sorry about my shadow. Yeah, it's cruising. And so everything makes its way over there to the skimmer box. I love the waterfalls up there.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like a work of art.
It is.
And they are such an amazing team.
I know.
Yeah, it's just an amazing team.
It's unlike anything I've ever been involved in.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So you guys, in the end, right where the team is kind of congregated up there, there will be the huge Norway spruce as kind of our centerpiece plant up there. And then I already know, after all, you know, all the mulch goes down and it looks so cleaned up, I already know where I want to put some other things in this space. So we'll have lots of projects through here in the coming days, coming weeks, coming years. We have so many opportunities for really interesting plants, and I just like spending time out here. I love hearing the water. I like feeling like I'm closer to nature. It's just the most amazing thing ever.
So the most amazing thing is that 2.5 days ago, this was just dirt. This has been a long time coming. We have been literally, since we finished last July, talking about the Dream Stream. This was Brian's concept, and there's not a team in the world that could have pulled this off better than the Dream Team created the Dream Stream. This is the best of the best. These are certified aquascape contractors. Each one of you guys were elected by your peers to represent your regions. Each one of you are the overall winners. We're about to pick the overall winner for this year, but there's not a team in the world that could have come in here and in 2.5 days created something better than this. Everybody give yourself a hand.
Well, I can't say much more than that. You guys are fantastic. Really, I just told Greg over here, there's not another team in the world that could have done this as efficiently. We all work seamlessly together. I think everybody shared the same vision. Thank you so much for making this come true for Laura and her family. I think they're gonna be sharing this quite a bit. I can't wait to see the kids interact with it and how they'll use this. John, I think what you did down there with your team was pretty fantastic. And they've got kind of the best of both worlds, a little fountainscape back there in the pond. I think it's breathtaking. It's one of my favorite beaches of all time, and it's all because of you guys. It's really a dream team. I can't wait to do it again next year.
Great job on the landscaping. I can't wait to see what it looks like in another year or two.
Okay, Samantha and I are in, well, kind of like the next pond. It feels like there are 3 ponds now in this area, not just a stream. I mean, look at this. Samantha, how much do you love it? Woo! That many? Nice! Okay, I just want to give you a close-up look here. This is the tippy top of the fountain right here. So that's where the waterfall originates. This is where the big green spruce will go. It's a great big Norway. It's going to be gorgeous. So it comes down to this level, and we've got a drop. And then there's just a little waiting area right here. And then there's another drop and a third drop. So you get a tremendous amount of noise. The water noise is fantastic because we do have a fairly busy road kind of near us. Before the first pond was built, we could hear traffic noise, just, you know, faintly. It wasn't like super loud, but we could hear it. After the first pond was built, it drowned out all that noise. And now there's no way we would ever hear any noise from anything else because there's so much water movement and it's just so gorgeous. I love it, Greg. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to go down to the next level. Okay. Look at that waterfall. So I picture some really gorgeous, like evergreen that might like hug these rocks, or maybe something that's got some little dainty flowers on it. Oh, you see the excavator heart in the back? That's like the jewel on top right there. On the other side of the stone bridge, we've got the large island rock. And then I love this one right here that you just see a little peak of this rock. And then the water goes under and over the log here. And there are lights worked in all along this whole entire stream. So the whole thing is illuminated at night. Here's a closer look at the log, and you can see a light that's tucked in underneath it. So the fish can swim underneath, or they can swim over if they would like. And then I love this part. Like this little channel cut through the rocks, and this is the stepping stone bridge. The stream flows this direction, and this right here is the original wetlands. Right in this section, this is where the pond ended. So from here all the way up there, All of this was done in 3 days. Isn't that the most wild thing ever? And another really exciting thing that I think I might have mentioned, but if I didn't, I should have. Most of the people that are here on this job are what they call the best of the best. And I mean, their work shows. But they are contractors who have been named the Artist of the Year for their specific region. And in about 30 minutes here, we get to actually witness the overall Artist of the Year, like between all of them, be announced. So that will be very exciting, and I'm going to capture that for you as well. Okay, and so then, you know, you go off into the other original part of the pond, which I'm not going to venture into because it is deep, and this is where the murkiness is, I guess. You can see one of the koi, well, you can see several of the koi, maybe not. All of them are doing great. They had an overnight stay in that great big tank over there, and they did just fine, and I gave them treats today. So they have been venturing up the stream just a little bit. I am so excited to see how they love this area where they can really stretch their legs kind of and swim wherever they want.
So there's a few lights that are out of the water.
Like this one right here?
Yeah, exactly. So the idea is that the water acts like a mirror and reflects, and it's going to look so beautiful against your trees in the backdrop and show the ripple of the water. I mean, the trees, the backdrop is going to be alive.
Awesome. That is so amazing, this whole thing. Oh, announcing the winner.
So I do not know who over on this side is the reigning 2024 Aquascape Artist of the Year. But from talking to Brian, I do know that one of the 5 regional winners that's here today is going to be the winner. 6 regionals, because we have Lauren representing your husband who's over in Africa with Ed. So every one of these guys is already a winner because you were elected by your peers to represent your region in the finalists for the Aquascape 2024 Artist of the Year. There were 15 people voting, Ed, Brian, and myself, and then the 12 past winners. So there's 15 different people. Drum roll, please. Brian, I do not know who this person is that won by a single point. But who is it?
Is this the drum roll?
This is the drum roll. All right, I'll do it.
The 2024 Artist of the Year goes to the Fuentes brothers.
Oh! Woo! Congratulations. How about a hand for the Fuentes brothers, the 2024?
All right, guys, we are going to break for dinner so that we can visit and spend some time together before everybody heads home. And I think what I'll do is come out here first thing in the morning or at some point tomorrow, and we'll just do a nice peaceful walkthrough of this area and take a look at all the details together. I just want to stay out here all day, all night. I love it. See you in the morning. All right, guys, it's time to do a morning walkthrough. I cannot believe that this pond slash river slash stream is sitting here. It feels surreal and amazing. I want to start right here, right at the new waterfall, where the water begins and then it all moves down toward the original pond. And you can see the sun has already kind of made it up above the trees. I think Aaron got some really beautiful of shots of the sun coming up. But look at this. Look at this waterfall. I did not anticipate it being this big. I mean, the whole thing is big. Look at this. Look at that view. I thought it was just going to be a waterfall like the original one on the other side. I didn't anticipate the 3 waterfalls in one. And Jim and Verena from Oregon Aquatics, they installed all of these beautiful plants all along the way. As you see these plants, they brought them and got them all set up in the pond, which they're absolutely beautiful. But I love this space. It's about, I want to say about 18 inches deep or so. You can see right here, this is the, I can't remember what it's called, the name of it, but it's where you can open the lid and pop your pump down into the wetland, because this is a wetland filter right here. So right in this section, that's where all the big stack of aqua blocks are, and they're full of those little balls that have a lot of surface area for the beneficial bacteria to cling to, and then below that is that centipede. So anyway, there's the access, and Samantha has already been in this whole area, in the whole thing actually. It's perfect for the kids to get in and wait around. And you can see, you know, we're kind of getting closer to the top of the berm. We have the big Norway spruce coming today, which will be the centerpiece plant right here. And that will be installed sort of like maybe halfway down the berm. And then they created, with extra soil that we had, a complementary berm back in there with a little valley between. So it looks so natural. Instead of just having, you know, one berm and then everything else flat, there are several, you know, contours in this landscape. There's a berm here along the lane. You know, they created this berm along the lane. Everything looks so gorgeous right now. I can't even believe it. We could just, you know, stand right here and just stare at it all day. The water. I can actually hear the waterfall I'm about to show you. It creates a lot of sound, and I can hear it really well from the house now. I could hear it faintly from the house before, but I can hear it now. Okay, so you can see we've got a weeping white pine. There is a 5-trunk chokecherry right there. And then I did go in with the Blonde Ambition blue grandma grass that we started from seed. Look at that, it's gorgeous, and it's gonna create such a gorgeous mass right here. And I'm not done with it. I just kind of started in with the planting. There's another bunch right up here. We'll walk up this direction so we can see where the waterfall starts here. So there's that bunch. There's a couple right there, but I kind of intend on working it in all throughout this area. And the berm, so you can see I'm standing on the top rock. It, you know, goes all the way down over there. And I'm thinking the Norway, we're gonna have to knock this down just a little bit probably and smooth it out. I'm thinking the Norway goes in here. So as we're standing right here, you will see it's so tall. I didn't think it would look very good put right up next to the water feature, because I think it will look too perched. I think having it tucked down a little bit will be more natural. And then that gives us more room for more grasses and other things. Because I think it would be really pretty to have either some yellow twig dogwood, I've got red twig dogwood right down there, or something like that that will create some amazing winter interest along with everything else. Douglas, are you eating the grass? My goodness. There's a thunderhead pine right there. There is a Gotelli weeping Serbian spruce right there. But this is where the water comes from. And the pipe goes all the way back to the far end of the original pond. I can't remember how many feet they were saying of pipe they put under the ground. Like, they dug a trench and filled it in the first hour of excavation. So here's a view down to that first pool. Okay, so we're gonna climb our way back down here. The kids, you can imagine, all of these stones and everything around here, they are just having the best time. Some pretty creeping Jenny right in here. So you can see we've got a red oak tree right here, which one day will create a nice shade canopy both over this pond and then over the lane right here. You can see we still have all of our supplies we need to go through and kind of organize and pick up. There's a few little grasses. I'll have to rewatch the shopping video where we picked these up down at the garden center, but I love to tuck in just a few little like fluffy grasses here and there around the stones. But anyway, with this oak, I thought it'd be pretty to have a repeat because we do have the 2 existing red oaks. So we'll sort of have a trio. And I did the same thing along this berm. So this berm is new. Look at that. And it looks like it just fits in with everything. So, you know, on the original berm, and hopefully the sun isn't too bright, it feels bright to me. So the original berm, the 3 Serbian spruce trees, I decided to repeat that on this new berm right here so that it didn't look like an add-on. It kind of all flows, and I used a lot of the same plants. Russian sage on this side to repeat the Russian sage on the other side. We've got the Jacobson pine right here, which is just a fairly small and hug the rock. This is the Starbright campanula. It's a new ground cover campanula from Proven Winners, blooms white right here. There's the Moonbeam Coreopsis. I love this plant. And you know, I am going for more like meadowy looking things, nothing too formal in this area. And there's a Little Dipper cotoneaster right here, which is a very low growing woody shrub that will sort of grow over the stones. And that's the goal with this whole thing. I think one of the things I was most nervous about with the first pond install is I thought there's these huge rocks and they seem very exposed and very perched right in the very beginning, but they're not meant to. You're meant to plant around them to soften the look of the rock so that just like half the rock is peeking out, or, you know, just a little bit here and there you're noticing. And I've also just kind of realized the beauty of the stones themselves, and I love to see them. But anyway, that was one of my worries with the first pond install. And now that I've seen, you know, some plantings have a chance to kind of mature a little bit, there's a lot more growth that needs to happen over there, but I can see it starting to form up the way I really want it to. Right in here, there's the Miscanthus purpurescens. So they grow 4 to 5 feet tall, only 2 feet wide. They get beautiful plumes on them. So these will open up and be like little sprays, but you can see the beautiful fall color they've got going. And I did grasses between those Serbian spruce trees as well. We've got the Rosy Rhinestones penstemon right in here, which is a great kind of meadow flower. These are gonna both go. We're gonna have the faucet capped here. Niagara Falls panicum grows 4 by 4 and just looks so gorgeous. And it will sort of go over the side of this big stone. But I love how the stones, they're not like set back from the walkway. We're gonna work the walkway around the boulders so that they look like they were here first. Little Slowmound Mugo Pine, almost forgot. This is a Royal Raindrops crabapple right here. So we will let that grow up and limb it up so you can still see underneath it. We've got some pretty lavender iris right here, a weeping Norway spruce, some more ground cover campanula, Russian sage. The second waterfall. Look at that. Oh. So pretty. The thing that amazes me is that when they are building this, they don't build it with water run. Like, you know, there's no water in it until the very end. So they have to learn, or have learned, how to read the stones. They can look at how a stone is shaped and they can kind of piece these things together and get them pretty near perfect. Occasionally, you know, you'll shift a rock a little bit to get water to flow a certain direction a little bit more. And I've seen them use a chisel, not on this project, but I think they chiseled a little bit of the stone for the original waterfall. And you can just pop a little chunk of rock off so that it forces water to go a different direction. But it amazes me that they can create a waterfall like this without like testing it. I mean, it's all just tested at the very end. You fill it, you build it, fill it up with water, and then plug it in and hope for the best. And I don't think they're even hoping for the best with them. They just know. Like, look at this. I love how this stone pushes water kind of to bank off of this one, and then it comes down, and then they place this one right beneath to break that waterfall, which I love because that's what you would see more in nature. Instead of, you know, that perfect waterfall shoot down into the water. And then we've got that little side shoot right here. I love that. And then this is another deep part of the stream that goes underneath this stone bridge into another pool. Look at this. Oh. The fish can actually swim all the way up to this point. I have only seen them come to this side of the stone bridge so far, and I don't know where they're at currently. We might see some up here, but look at this. See, this is like another pond right here. It's just amazing. I've got a gorgeous Feeling Blue Deodar cedar, grows 5 by 10. So things like that will grow up and kind of grow over the stones. It's going to be awesome. I hope it lives. That one is my only iffy plant purchase of this whole project because it's a zone 7, which USDA says we're a 7, but we're not. We're a zone 6. But if we happen to have a mild winter this year and it has a chance to root in, it might have a shot at making it. I'm hoping. So with this stone bridge, they made sure there was just enough room that the water or any kind of debris that might blow in, because I mean, look at right above it. We've got a huge sensation box elder right there. That's about ready to lose all of its leaves. That way nothing gets, you know, bound up in this portion of the stream, it can have a chance to get down and through. And the water is actually moving pretty quickly. I can see even ripples right in there, and all the leaves make it to that skimmer basket. And the reason I know that is because when we had that really windy night, there was already water in here, and a bunch of leaves fell off, and all of them ended up down in the skimmer basket. There were very few left up in the actual stream. All right, so I backed up just a little bit because I want to walk over the stone bridge and take you through the actual pathway of this area. There's a low hedge aronia here, and then a blue muffin viburnum, and you can see how this space just kind of undulates. It's so gorgeous. They left it wider here so we could pop a bench in. However, we were out here yesterday sitting, and we actually popped our chairs up here because this is a really shaded spot and this is pretty sunny. So we'll have to figure out what we want to do right here. But the pathway takes you this direction. You can see the log that Franco cut out of the tree down on our hillside. Russell's getting a drink. Oh, that's just so good. So pretty. Look at that. Okay, anyway, so we go this way, and you can either take a right and go back toward the stream, which I love this view. I think this is my favorite view. It could be because there's a giant weeping willow backdrop, but also, oh, we still have tape on the Serbian spruce from last year. How did I not ever see that? There's red tape in there. Anyway, this spot has more mature plantings, so it's kind of fun to see the layering start to form up here. This spot will need a little bit more time. Anyway, you can also take a left and go toward the play area here, where they put in this surprise feature, which I totally did not know about. This is for the kids. This is a splash pad. So there's a big square in here with liner and a bunch of aqua blocks. And then they just built up this area with the berm and everything. They did tell me when they started excavating this spot, because I was like, what's going on back there? And then they told me it was going to be a splash pad for the kids, which I thought was so fun. But in my brain, I'm thinking it's going to be flat with some, you know, I saw the columns. I thought, oh, it'll be the 3 columns and they'll just shoot water up and the kids can run around and play on it. I had no idea they were going to use boulders and berm up behind it and make it a feature all on its own. So these are the patio bowls from Aquascape, which I've got 2 more. We're going to create a feature inside our greenhouse so I can winter over our tropical plants. But the water originates here and up here. You can see that there are the 2 waterfalls that lead into this bowl, which they left empty so the kids could get in this bowl. There's a little gravel and stone base, so it makes it more stable. But like the kids and I got in this bowl when they were finished. And then the waterfall down onto the rock. There's another little side chute right here. And then let me turn on these columns. They're not meant to be on all the time because they do push a lot of water, which does mean, you know, extra evaporation and stuff like that. So John, John Adams from Modern Design, he kind of spearheaded the team that was working on this project, and he suggested having a timer put on. You know, like you can get the timers, or you see the timers on the fireplaces in hotel rooms where you can like dial it over to 30 minutes or 60 minutes. He thought you should get one that's like 20 or 30 minutes where the kids can pull the dial, have it run while they play, and then it'll automatically turn off, which I thought was brilliant. There they go. And these, you can twist around, shoot each other with water, which Benjamin thoroughly soaked Samantha and myself when we initially were playing. There's already army men in here. Benjamin has his bag, brought out baggies full, and he had a whole battle scene already set up on these stones. And when Aaron and I had our chairs out here yesterday, it felt like we were having some kind of sound bath, like sound therapy, because there was water behind us, water in front of us, and it made us feel totally immersed. It was awesome. But you can see we've got a red dragon Japanese maple right up top, and this one I'll top it. I won't let it get any taller. I think the height is nice, but I want it to kind of grow, you know, over the top of this feature. Okay, let's head back this way. Look at these steps. It looks like the water just cut through stone right there. So you take the step stairs over to the other side. Here's the view upstream and the view downstream toward the existing pond. Oh, look, there's some koi. Look, they're exploring. Oh, there they go. I love to see that. So koi are, you know, they're a type of carp, and they're river fish. Oh, look. Look at that. Anyway, they're river fish and they love to swim upstream. and now they have a ton of space to roll around in here. The hyphen-banded shark was actually right up here beneath a lily. It hung out beneath this lily for a couple hours, then it moved over here by the log and hung out for a couple hours, and now I think it's made its way back down to the pond. Well, here's a couple more. Morning aerobics. And you guys, this is where the pond used to end, right here. This is another wetland filter. So water is coming from multiple different spots and moving around this space. Oh, beautiful. I just love seeing all the pond plants. I feel like I'm still discovering little things that they installed. There's some, what's it called? What do they call it? Lizard's tail. I feel like I've had so much information in the last few days. I might be remembering that wrong. There's some forget-me-nots that bloom blue. There's some marsh marigolds that have the great big flower. Hardy cannas. John created, because he's totally into like these really cool carnivorous plants. These are a pitcher plant right here. And so they're going dormant, so they've got some brown tips and things like that. But he created this little planting bed with some sphagnum moss, and he gave Benjamin the total rundown on the care in these. He said that these will continue to eat bugs through the winter, and then you wait until spring until you start seeing some new growth at the base, and at that point we cut back the pitchers. I just thought that was so neat. Okay, we're walking back up the stairs. Right here, I can't decide, because we've got a stepping stone look right here, it will be met by a flagstone pathway that's more formal, like this. So I can't decide if we branch off this one and do another little formal section, or if we just continue on with a few more stepping stones to get you here. And I'm sure Aaron will have an opinion on that. We haven't talked through this all of the things in this whole space quite yet. We're just like enamored with it and so excited that it's sitting here. Okay, and then we take a walk back toward the original pond. Everything looks so clean. Look at this, and look at the fish. They're like, oh, this is where you usually feed me. I'm trying to start to feed them down the way so that it makes them use the stream and get used to it. But everyone's looking good. They survived living in a tub for one night. Oh, look at them all. Here they come. Hey, fish. Do you love your new home? Oh, look at this. It's a swarm. Waterfall looks great. And then the whole intake bay and skimmer basket area was reworked. They had to dig it up to bring in the new plumbing that connects to the pumps and then goes all the way around to the waterfall. So that had to be completely excavated, but honestly, it reworked this area in the best way to where the skimmer box is a little bit more hidden now. And I don't know, I think everything's functioning really nicely. Like having that branch run right in front of the top of the skimmer box, because you always can see a little bit of liner right there. It really masks it. But here's a view back this way, and it's really sunny toward the top of the falls over there. I can't believe all the different spots. The thing I love about it too is that, especially in the end, once we have more time to landscape that area, I love the mystery. Like you stand here, you see the water and you kind of see it curve, but you don't know exactly where it goes, and it pulls you. I don't really want to be able to see the entire thing all at one time. I want there to be a reason to take the pathways around the area so that you have new discoveries along the way, which is something I hope for the rest of our garden one day once trees mature and shrubs get big. With this area, it's a little easier because you've got more contour and there's more areas that are low and there are areas that are high, so it creates those cozy spaces. It's just so stunning, the entire thing, the splash pad, the river slash stream slash pool ponds and waterfalls. Everything looks gorgeous. And you know, we did have a bit of a learning curve with this first, the original pond with the string algae this spring, but there are some things that we've learned along the way and some things that we can be careful about with this other, well, with the whole thing, really. We use compost for mulch. And if compost, because it's so rich in nutrients, if that gets blown into the pond or accidentally knocked into the pond, that can be one of the triggers to cause an algae bloom because of all those extra nutrients. Also, you know, the sun in this area during the heat of summer, it's so exposed, and that will take some time. I can't really, you know, force the trees to grow any faster than they are. I do feel like having this installed in October as opposed to July we may not have those really hot months for the algae to really get going. So hopefully we go into winter with things still looking pretty clean. Also, you know, fertilizing the pond plants properly, where you're popping the fertilizer way down into the soil around the roots instead of surface level. I don't know, there's a ton more water movement too. And the more water you have, the more water movement you have, the easier it is to take care of. So we have a lot to work on around this area now in the way of pathways, seeding, tons of plants, all of that, and we'll bring you along for all of it, and we'll share whatever is going on with the pond as well. I do have some other water lilies. There's some hardy ones in the greenhouse that I need to repot and pop in here, and then I need to move tropicals into the greenhouse. We'll be doing that shift over the next couple of weeks, make sure all of our plants are happy through the winter months. But this thing will run all winter. If we have super cold, like we got -6 last year, and the original pond never froze over. So we can pop little like stock tank heater. They're little floating heaters you can pop in the water. You just want to make sure if you've got fish in there that you're keeping open spot for oxygen to exchange so that they can, you know, still have that. So anyway, you guys, that is the tour of the pond area. I feel like we should maybe take one more look at it. The beginning, all the way over there. Can you believe that this was a flat piece of ground to begin with? Not only that, but it was a flat piece of ground with fences around it and mostly grass for the first several years we were here. Now it looks like this spot has always been here, and we'll work on tucking it in even more to where, you know, you've got things kind of just all over. Beautiful plants. Beautiful structure. So a huge, giant, massive thank you to Greg Wittstock for making this dream stream, dream pond, dream splash pad happen. It's so fun to work with him because you can see what kind of environment he has created in this aquascape world. It's a world of encouragement and inspiring one another, learning from one another, and elevating each other. That's rare. And it's super refreshing to see, and I appreciate that so much. I get a lot from that. And I was reluctant in the beginning, he will tell you. I was reluctant, saying, I don't think I want this. This is not something that I want in my garden. And he just kept saying, just trust me, we gotta try it. Let's just start small. We did the pondless waterfall, which we still have the pieces. We still know where we're gonna be putting it. So that will be going back in at some point. But I am just thankful that he was persistent in it and that we did start small. I think it was good how things kind of evolved. Also, a big thank you to Brian Helfrich, the most talented pond designer out there, in my opinion. I think his work is amazing. I have 100% trust in what he does, his vision and execution, because not only is he doing the design for this, but he is like in the mix, working hard to make it come to fruition. And then to all the contractors who have already introduced themselves to you throughout this video, oh, I cannot thank you enough for coming this far. A lot of you traveled across the country to be here for this project, and I am so grateful. It was so fun to watch all of you work together, and it was like, it's like watching, my mom described it because she was here watching the kids through the whole thing. We wanted lots of eyes on the kids because of all the machinery, but she was saying it's like watching synchronized swimming. Like, nobody's talking about it, everybody's just doing it. Like, they're such pros at what they do. It's really a fun thing to watch. And Monica, my sister, and Joe, my brother, they were here for part of it as well, and they were like, whoa, they'd never experienced seeing something like this. So if any of you have ever been interested in any kind of water feature, this kind of thing, like this is a custom. Greg calls this the Ferrari of ponds, which is absolutely true. The thing that I think they do the most is like the pondless waterfall, where you don't really have a pond reservoir, but it's a disappearing sort of situation like we had before. And then like smaller kits, like the 11x16, I think it's 11x16 kit. Anyway, there's lots of different interesting things, and we'll link down below where you can find all the contractors, see if one of them is close to your area. Some of them travel. And then also we will link all of Aquascape stuff down below so you can check that stuff out. Also, a big thank you to Jim and Verena of Oregon Aquatics and Southwest Aquatics for being here. They brought up a load, like a huge load of pond plants. Not only that, but they got in there. They got in the pond. They installed plants. They went with me to the greenhouse and taught me how to repot some things and talked me through some questions that I had about overwintering. And they're just so full of knowledge, and that was very helpful, and it was such a pleasure to have them here. And also a massive thank you to all of you for all of your excitement around this project. It has been so fun to read through comments and see, like, as the project was unfolding, you know, we weren't going to share anything until it was all the way done, and we were doing little sneak peeks, and I know so many of you were just excited and hungry to see more, and that was fun to see. But you know, just in general, thank you for watching our videos and supporting what we do and encouraging us, because I don't know, we wouldn't be here without you. And that is just something I'm so grateful for. Anyway, we will be doing lots of videos around the pond yet, even this fall, because we've got so many more plants to get installed and work on, and I just want to be here. Just want to hang out in this space from now on. This is where you can find me. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.